Hello there. Happy Easter and happy Orthodox Easter. I'm sorry that I've been out the past few days. With a Good Friday play at church, with Easter church services, masses, feasts, picnics, all sorts of events. And this week I'll be going to an egg hunt. So I have a pretty complicated week. Anyways, today's case is one of the most infamous trials in human history, a case that reshaped civilizations, found a global religion, and still sparks fierce debates over justice, betrayal, and faith. We're talking about the arrest, trial, and execution of Jesus of Nazareth. It began in the dead of night. Jesus had been praying in the gardens of Gethsemane, just outside the city of Jerusalem. That's when Roman soldiers showed up, swords drawn, authority unquestioned. Jesus did not resist. They took him to the residence of Annas, a former high priest with influence, and then to a holding cell called the Chapel of the Clapes, a cold, confined space where he spent the night in custody. The case was handed over to Judah's Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. This wasn't just a simple trial. This was political, spiritual, dangerous. Pilate put Jesus on trial alongside a known murderer, Barabbas. In a usual move, he gave the people of Judea the power to decide who would walk free. There were three sessions. Session 1, a robber was freed. Session 2, another thief walked away. Session 3, Barabbas, despite his crimes, was released. Jesus, the man who healed, preached, and challenged the elite, was sentenced to die. Two robbers were sentenced to death as well. And before this execution, Jesus and the two remaining convicted robbers were whipped savagely. The soldiers mocked him, placing a crown of thorns on his head, a twisted symbol of royalty. They forced all three to carry their own wooden crosses through the streets toward a hill called Golgotha. That's where the crucifixions occurred. Nails through hands, agony under the sun. For 6 hours they hung until death came. The two robbers were thrown into a garbage dump outside Jerusalem, unmarked, unmourned. Jesus' body, however, was placed in the only tomb available, which was owned by a man from Judea. But 3 days later, the tomb was empty. Witnesses claimed to have seen him alive, spoken with him, touched him. Mary Magdalene was the person who walked in to cleanse his body, but found that it wasn't there anymore. And just like that, he was gone, said to have ascended to heaven, after resuscitating. Whether you believe in miracles or not, this case changed the course of history. It's a story of old politics, betrayal, injustice, and something deeper. Something eternal to billions around the world. Jesus of Nazareth, arrested, condemned, executed, and yet somehow not forgotten. This has been Strawberry Ink. I'm Santiago. See you next time for even more cases throughout the month. Please share this episode to your loved ones. Please follow the show and have a good rest of your day. Have a great Easter season.